Hey you guys, welcome to my blog and to my channel. I want to actually discuss Okta and its cyber breach. I want to give you a quick rundown on Okta. Think of a single pane of glass to authenticate to all your accounts. An organization utilizes this and thinks it's extremely valuable because you'll have like 15 or 20 accounts that you have your operational staff, accounting staff all logging into them just to operate on a daily basis. And Okta provides a single pane of glass authentication. They log into one account and they click a box like item or like widget on the screen on the web browser, and it just takes them to the site and they're authenticated. And on the back end, your technical staff just hit one button and they have remove access entirely from all accounts. Think of like a Fortune 500 company who has numerous accounts and thousands of employees, and how beneficial that would, or how difficult it would be for the technical staff to go and disable and manage access and just keep track of who can log into what. So Okta provides a secure authentication service. So it's kind of ironic that they got hacked in the way they got hacked. So LAPSUS hacked their third-party vendor that Okta deals with. It got by compromising their system, and this wasn't known right away, especially not known when I wrote this blog piece, and I just got up to date on the current information. Even at the time, which was about 3 weeks ago, Okta never has yet to confirm about any of this. It was Cloudflare picked it up, and Okta didn't confirm or deny any activities as they were continuing their investigation. As of recently, I think today or this sometime this week, if FYI, we're on the 23rd of April. So we it confirmed that the hack lasted about 25-ish minutes, and I wanted to quickly introduce this method or categorizing this attack, right? It's discussed in YouTube videos as to and a hack occurred or something happened isn't really like impactful, and they spend 30 minutes describing why it's important. Threat modeling is identifying what a how a system can get compromised. Think of a IoT device or a computer, or I'm sorry, a camera, right? You think of like these little cameras here, and how can this system be compromised? And it's just like a thinking game. And a stride model is a framework, right? Just like a way to kind of categorize your thoughts. And STRIDE stands for spoofing, tampering, information disclosure, denial of service, and elevation of privilege. I can go deeper into that in another blog, but essentially this compromise is targets the information disclosure piece, where someone who isn't allowed to have access to information now has access to it, and then the tampering. So what's scary about this breach is that they got in, but nothing happened. That means that they're unaware of what happened, not necessarily that nothing happened per se. So that, which is extremely scary. One, they could be looking for, which they are. It looked like, based on the forensics and the habits, that they were poking around in the source code to hopefully find other backdoor options, and that's what's really concerning about this hack, is that they weren't targeting other people's information right now. They knew that they found this little hole. Let me gather as much forensics as they can, so that way later on they can reverse engineer their code and do a 0-day attack, essentially an attack that the vendor itself didn't even know that it was there. So Okta got hacked, and lasted about 25 minutes or so. And they go from 25 minutes to 5 days. So who knows? The recent report stated kind of like a mixed bag of that, just depending. No data was stolen, and I think it was like the original report was like 2 to 3% of accounts could have been compromised based on that type of breach. So big things, big takeaways from this is managing third-party vendors and auditing and vetting them appropriately. Organizations are that work that deal with a lot of sensitive information really tend to lock down their central corporate office, but it's very hard to push down that same type of security culture, right? And I always like comparing security and safety. It's like safety in mind. When we used to work at a warehouse, we used to say safety in mind. We're all part of safety, and really, it's just the same thing with security. We're all part of a security culture. If you have an organization who really cares about their staff's information, their clients' information, and then they hire or deal with a lot of organizations who don't necessarily take that or view it the same way, or even could afford it, right? Those are usually the main weak points, and only one that goes above that is a internal staff member who's upset about something. They're upset and they give around their credentials, and now they have access to everything. Which there's a mitigation to that, which is reduction of privilege or at least privilege, right? You have a staff member who may be upset, but they can only compromise like a piece of the puzzle, not everything. But essentially, just treat your staff better. That will happen, right? But a quick rundown on this blog post. I will have the link down below to my website, which you'll have it here. And if you're reading on my blog, this is a quick overview. Essentially, Okta got hacked by LAPSUS. They had about now they confirm Okta did get hacked, and they were looking for source code. No modifications that were discovered just yet, which I think in about I don't know 6 months to a year we'll see even bigger hack from Okta if this hack actually they were to get enough information to reverse engineer their code. So I really appreciate your time, you guys. I'm gonna keep pumping more of these blog posts out. I really appreciate it. Peace.